Hey guys, it's Kristen with HK Wax Center. I just wanted to kind of explain my experience with working at European Wax Center. I get asked this question all the time, just my experience and would I recommend it or not. So just kind of wanted to quickly go over like what my opinion is. Again, this is just me, so do what is going to make you happy. But it's easier to make a video than just to type this out to every single person that asks. So I started working at European right at the same time when I enrolled in aesthetic school. So I had actually been a client of European Wax Center prior to enrolling. That was a big reason why I wanted to become a waxer, because I had been going there as a client since I was 18. And I loved my waxer and I got close with her and kind of started talking to her about her job and working there. And so I decided to enroll, and at European I actually started working at the front desk. So obviously I can't wax when I don't have my license yet, but I figured if I worked at the front desk, then I can actually kind of learn more about the company and the services and the prices and just like how it works prior to actually waxing, which helped me out a ton. If you are currently in aesthetic school and you're looking for a job or something like that, if you want to do waxing, only, then find a company, and I recommend working the front desk there because it gives you a lot of experience prior to even actually starting. So when I actually started waxing, I was way ahead of the other girls because I already knew I didn't have to learn like the business side of it. I just had to learn their techniques. So it worked out great. But yeah, so I worked at the front desk, which aesthetic school is like, 5-6 months. So I was there for half a year at the front desk. I would go to school and then I'd work evenings at European until I graduated. So they hired me at the front desk knowing that I was in aesthetic school. So they basically saved me a spot as a waxer when I got my license, which was also really cool. So I didn't have to, stress out like trying to find a job because I already had a job waiting for me. So that also worked out really well. So yeah, I started training. Training is, let's see, God, that was so long ago. It's like a week, I believe. So actually like learning where you have to go in and they have their trainer there, and there's always a couple other girls training too. And they show you their techniques and, how to lay different types of strips, and you practice on each other, and they might even bring in like a model or something like that for you to practice on them. Just a lot of practicing. Then the next week is when you actually take clients. Now for that second week, all the clients they don't pay anything. They come in for free knowing they're getting waxed by a girl who's brand new. So it might not be the best wax you've ever had in your life. But you practice on them basically. And so you'll be doing everything possible, trying to get your experience before you actually take paying clients. So they have 4 levels. Now at my location, they only had 3, but there's a blue waxer, which is the lowest. So meaning by levels, I should kind of go back a little bit. The lower the level, the more time you have per service. So a blue waxer, that one, oh my gosh, I think it's 30 minutes for a Brazilian. That sounds right. So there's a blue, a white, an orange, and then some locations even have a red waxer. Red's the highest. So let's see. Yeah, blue is 30 minutes, white is 15 minutes, orange is 15 minutes, and then red is 15, but you can also add other services like an eyebrow to that too in 15 minutes, which, holy crap, that's crazy. Anyway, so I liked it for the reason that you get great training. You get a lot of experience. How long was I there for? I don't know, 2.5 years, something like that. 3 years. Anyway, so you get a ton of experience because you're waxing so many people. Every 15 minutes you have a new client. It's like you're freaking going the whole time. So in that case, it's really good. It's kind of like they just tell you this is how we wax and you just follow it. So it's not a whole lot of like thinking you have to do. You just kind of do what they say. So yeah, experience wise, great. Highly recommend it for experience. Products, I do not like their products. And I know they've revamped their products since I left, because I left so long ago. Their serum, there's not enough like active ingredients that really do anything. So lotions smelled nice, but that's really it. Like they just didn't really do anything. And they really push you to sell their products. So I mean, I love my clients. I don't want to lie to them, and I felt like I was being deceitful when I was selling them Europeans products. So I wasn't really someone who was like going to push it a whole lot. But then obviously your manager comes back and they're upset because your product sales aren't very great. But then it's like, I don't want to sell them something if it doesn't really work. So I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place, because then they threaten to fire you if you don't sell their product. So that's something I really did not like. If you're going to force someone to sell your products, make some good products. Come on, like, don't make me feel like I have to lie to my people that I care about, because then when they come back the next month and they say, hey, this isn't working very good, I have to come up with some freaking excuse of why, which so I did not like that. I hated their products, hated them. So my product sales were never very good. Sorry, I'm not gonna push it if it just doesn't work. So yeah, that not good. We got paid hourly. I mean, I think a lot of the locations are different. I don't think they're all set to the same hourly pay. It was like just over minimum wage. Sucked. Let's see, at the time, I think it was like, I was making like $8 an hour, and it was, I think I'd make 4% on the services. So if they paid $45, I make 4% of that. And then it was 16% of the products that you sold. So that was only the real incentive, is sell products, because you make money off of it. But again, I have to lie to my people, and I didn't like that. So even when you're busy, they sell you, making it seem like you're going to make all this money. And, it was okay. But it's not like it is now, owning my own business. Oh my gosh, no way. Looking back, they totally gyp you. It's like I can work for like a tiny fraction of the time that I worked at European and make so much more money working for myself. So yeah, I again, experience-wise, great. I think it's depending on the person. I don't recommend starting out on your own right after school, because in my opinion, you need to get experience, because you're going to see all different types of people, all different types of hair, and you just want to make sure that you've already seen everything before you go out on your own. That way, less of a chance of mistakes. But again, if you can go on your own right after school and you're confident in yourself, then go for it. You know what I mean? Who am I to tell you not to? But just for me, I was glad that I got experience beforehand. So I would kind of recommend, if you're going to go down the European route, maybe stay there like a year, then go. Because after being there, I mean, I know girls who were there for a lot longer than I was, but I started to not enjoy it, not enjoy waxing, just because I loved the people. I loved the girls that I worked with. I was really close with them, but like the actual work, a lot of the girls that I worked with, our hands started, like, you started getting signs of carpal tunnel, just because you're constantly stirring, and you're going so fast, and it's like I had to stretch all the time because my hands started hurting, and I'm like, I'm too young to be dealing with carpal tunnel. Like, this is not worth it. So yeah, if you're gonna go down that route, maybe stick to a year, somewhere around there or so, and then but again, experience, I have to thank them for, because that alone was great. So and then the girls were phenomenal. My clients were awesome. Most of them, at least, but yeah, that was my experience. Again, do what's best for you. Obviously that was just me. So I know people that have been there for 10 years and still love it. I know people that were there for like 2 months and then got out. So it's up to you. But yeah, hopefully that helps. Any questions, let me know. Thanks, guys.